the organizer ekopie mo ho na Nana Boache o kasa ne Justice Kodua so yehu so omodin komono we ya de a ekoso sesia wo Rev.Fordjour residence a ewo East Legon na ensema aba Rev.Fordjour o de betu dwa se made BBC Kotoka International Airport for so many days nature say or say ebesi ho no wo hwe ne ma ekona omo ba so mbefa cocaine money laundry sika hro ne ade omo de bae empenifo ayenhwehwem wo airport ne meka ho but me na no omo sensama Rev.Fordjour kan ensisi so it is Rev.Fordjour wo do mine we a member of parliament no person oboa mine na bra na be yinsem na no evidence ekwanyon fa so edinya info na betre na bo aban no na make say omuntumi hu meko ko make say kra no UN United Nations kra the letter ba afasa asemi hu say aban so nhwemboa iti ehia Rev.Fordjour wadentre we yesofo konkron bra na Rev.Fordjour beboa na yenhwe na yemfa yentu yehu meko ko say bia wo so information bi NIB ana ambulance here ba here a wo chese besi hoi cocaine na ebefa money laundry ni meka ho no beboa Rev.Fordjour say onboa onye ready ti eba na sa no so etose bia ye permission fee speaker of parliament wo wi a ebe hia so say ye ba na invite o enti ye ko invite na nyachi enya ntokwa Uti asama MPP supporters kasa wo hwe Justin Kodua nensemo Kenya omo general secretary wo hwe na bia na akwese Rambo style bigidi bi invitation omo di amano so omo hia wadwentre besi nde na court control commission afros anakok afro se bra na bebu omo no omo hwe kwan ombefa so that's because enya sema eda hotrasa national security threat. Reverend John.Fordjour say brana muntumi hwe no mfa ye ntu ye we a reverend man of God what that asoye Victory Bible Church no sanctuary we Slegon when ye rest we sofo mapa enti no kra no so wo so won kra wo evidence brana be bom penifo asem na no Ghana for asem na no ba ye guso yenya mekoso wo ho bia we live feed na dey bro no enti yesanya feed ni bioma ye no be kone akohwe what is happening now or Rev.Fordjour fee because ade a meko no yanhwe ni abi be dane asem na ma asem na hunya say asif say we chance ni bi no obi die ne chenchan attack bi na nso entesa ye inviting sombra na omuntutu na no eno ane asem abe enti yehwe say yenya feed ni bioma ye beko na ya san akọ nti mete no ye be san akọ na ya akọhwe ma ekoso ho nti mete nti ora Felix Ofosukwache nensem so de atodwa afa no Rev.Fordjour sensem no ho ti se ma me Kenya ono so de atodwa se Rev.Fordjour ohia so cooperating na nensem no omutumi hum na ye because make kan no Felix Ofosukwache oye Minister of Communication in charge of government communication and wababe kasa say Rev.Fordjour won send me or the evidence abe hu plain in my buyer sentite buyer photo develop on be hu edwa waka ni na so still Rev.Fordjour na yesi bre ya aye bibie wo ma ye nkonkohwe honorable Felix Ofosukwache no so nsem odi atodwa efa no Rev.Fordjour member of parliament ma Ascent South.
You know, he says that, even the tires that were brought could not have been brought because there's no cargo compartment on the plane. Which begs the question, so that the crew that operates on that aircraft, their luggage, where do they put it? And these are tires and, boxes containing some accessories, I believe, and 2 boxes that can fit into a saloon car. How much more a plane? So how does this become the reason why anybody says that there are drugs on the plane and that there was money laundering? So you see, and indeed, I watched acoustic. I take the criticism about our own approach. Of course, we live to learn every day. And I think that is feedback that we can use. But I think he makes the most telling analysis of Fordjour's behavior, which I think you in the media should be making. You see, people cannot get up and say what they want. When they are pressed for information and they go scouting and say that somebody has said this, it doesn't add up, so what I'm saying is true. When he himself has failed, for what reason? He who has abused parliamentary privilege. And I'm putting it on record that if he says there were drugs on the plane and there was money laundering, he is peddling falsehood in the face of irrefutable documentary evidence.
Iti Honorable Felix Ofosukwache, or a Minister of State in charge of Government Communication. Onona Ode and Sema Ekoso Efano Reverend Intim Fordjour the narration and some of the tuja say made a besi Kutuka International Airport cocaine in money laundering in a besi ho watch him Sansemina no Eyakoye say Busim cabin or kaye besin there on to me my evidence bia ye invite you swat was a womba and then the Yakofo ya acquires will be I saw near Cochena by force a invitation Brana Becas because I saw no Melkon Waka aye bibi ewo no tarnish the image of the government. Aye government Ghana no tarnish the image. Actually the western world and we are seeing make us say you and cry the letter ba actually so much na buanti a Reverend Team Fordjour you the right in the needful thing we are suffer na bibia into me enye kama sa Okay. Yes, I akọ East Legon, the residents wo na yakohwe asama akoso wo Reverend Team Fordjour.
The people that they are the reason why we are where we are. Not for Nigeria. You have enough information that borders on national security. This one borders on national security. The integrity of the state. Our government is less than 3 months. If we are not getting 400%, today it's right. And somebody is already saying that okay, if the person just meant to destroy the image of the country, that is their modus operandi. They are not satisfied that Ghanaians are giving them 38.2%. They are not happy. So they want to destroy the country. Because they want to run away from. Have you seen the recent expose of Japan? From Japan. These are the characters we are dealing with. They have to. These containers are able to their airports. They can have containers and everything.
The other one tell me that you are his lawyer and so you are here to make some interventions.
Well, he called me. He told me that to come immediately because they've surrounded his house. Well, obviously, I'm a colleague, a former colleague, and also I practice law. So let me find out what is going on before we can advise him because it's a bit, frightening.
Preliminary information as to why the NIB is in his house.
I'm not too sure, but I told him that if there's a search warrant, he should say it before you let them in. Because you can't invade somebody's privacy without an order of the court. Yes. So this is where we all have to watch, and if there's anything to invite him, you can invite him. But if you besiege his house, a sitting member of parliament.
But parliament is on recess.
Whatever it is, whatever it is. You see, if it's a drama, then you want to blackmail and intimidate people. But you don't need drama to do investigations. I have come to learn that almost serious investigations are submarine. You don't even know that they are even investigating you.
And that is what they are doing. But your members or probably the supporters heard it, and they are all here at this moment.
Well, I don't know what. No, but I don't know what they want to do with this. Understand? Because if you brought a common criminal, on the scene, then it's fine. A member of parliament, the people here, the policemen even outside.
This is not the first time we're witnessing a thing like this, whether in the current or previous governments.
It's all wrong. Whether it's in the previous government or not, two wrongs will not make one right. But what I'm saying that let's have decency because we are still in the rule of law. It was the rule of law that brought President Mahama in. He swore on the Bible and the Constitution. What has changed? We are not even 1 year in his government, and we are seeing all manner of theatrics and intimidations and all sorts of
enti de atena no Reverend Fordjour fie na yehu se mpenifo kasa no ne fie was Painters Road ho na make say yeni fie nya feed na MPP supporters fo ekoguo ene meka ho mo kasa bebrebe ne lawyers kasa no nsem na no nya de a bibibia gidigidi bia ya to nsa for Reverend Fordjour say Reverend wona wode nsem abetodwa say a cocaine ni money laundering tina made no ebesi Kotoka International Airport enti bibinia to anamona bra na yendin komone nhwe ma eti wo say wo evidence bi woni ma woka na yenjina so mfanya adwuma asem na anani enti mekoso no ye chese MPP supporters ekogu obebre enya de ayebo karat busli bi epim ho emunsem na no so abansa nti mekoso no yenya feed ni biom bibia ni abesan akofi ho na yakohwe ma ekoso wo ho na bibia etumi akọ enkan sa baby adri de honorable James Jachikwason ye be kai papa yasema honorable James Jachikwason member of parliament ma Asan South say make us say high court akwete no discharge no fa no nsem bia ye de ball no criminal charges link it to allegations of dual citizenship ebe pmo mokai uraja question na ye twene ha na ye twene ha na ye twene ha na ye twene ha mika say the Accra High Court akwete and discharge uraja question ne dual citizenship case no so ya twene no emu nsem ni bebre na nkasa nse ya de uraja question yese ne ho acquitted and discharged onko no ne busua ene ne constituency for enkwaji omani no nko so enye MP mfembu omani nti we yade akoso na owieye no oni media ni interaction omudi enkomo also okay nti yes I akọ nti Fordjour fie hobiem because ehwura ayebutubutu. Okay, says ya de ma leader edema minority no afenyo market no kasa mo me nkotie na no dsem number
the interrogation or whatever they want to do. I don't understand why government is defying such arrangement with parliament. So we are going to prompt Mr. Speaker of this happening. The Minister of Interior, who has responsibility for national security matters, who himself is a member of parliament, would also be written to, because we don't understand this Rambo style approach. When we know that in the 6th, 7th and 8th parliament, and in fact even in this 9th parliament, we've had such practice. What we saw here this morning really was in a very bad taste, to get armed police, bring NIB officials to come. Then no MP is safe, no politician is safe.
But do you feel this impunity has been breached one or the other?
His what?
Immunity, pardon me.
But it is clear. Yeah. What they've done is a breach of privilege and immunity. It's obvious.
Leader, do we get the indication that they've written to the speaker? The speaker has agreed for him to be interrogated, and that has not been carried.
If any letter had been written, it would have been brought to my notice. When a letter was written for Kwame A+ and the other colleague, you know, it came to light. This is similar to the Rambo style approach they adopted, you know, in attempting to arrest our brother from Akutia. Anyway,
if it is clear that his immunity has been breached, the minority, what would you do?
The Rambo style movement.
So what will you invoke? Thank you. And the minority leader, Alexander Penny, marking there again now establishing to us that the speaker has not been written to. As far as he is concerned, the speaker has
West Road says here na yako Reverend Fordjour fie ho. Make us say the regular host of the show, my boss ankasa Mugabe Mas Salifu Atankruga biga the Mbele man wo ho. Owa homa no so amamenkwa na menene nkodi nkomo. Enti meteno no enche yebenya Mugabe Mas ho. Na yeneno ending komonti Mugabe Mase wo ho or the report be brain na bibie tumi akonka ye hu wo hwe television sesia na mo hwe television wa so awutie me no Reverend Fordjour fie was sprinters and make us say ye hu the New Patriotic Party MPC hu Kodwo Akroma so na minority leader or the two yete na no DCM sesia afenyo marking ono so the atudwa ye hu MPC ne bi ene supporters bi ho mayankwade nkwati Kodwo Akroma no so nsema odi tudwa wo
members of the caucus come here because he doesn't speak on his own, he speaks for the entire caucus, and so everybody was here. We had some good interactions, and there's clarity. Nobody will be intimidated. Okay, the minority has a right to raise issues and exercise oversight. Let's go this way, and that oversight will be exercised. And if we elect anybody to speak on any matter, that person speaks on behalf of the caucus. Now, even if the person is a whistleblower, look at the Whistleblowers Act, Act 720. Even if the person is a whistleblower, you are barred by law from intimidating that person. What is all of this about? Over 20 gun-wielding NIB officials here because the minority has expressed a position on a matter and has asked for public. When the MV Benjamin matter took place, a whole public inquiry, Georgina Wood was in the chair, a whole public inquiry was held to try and understand it. What is that the government is afraid of? For which reason, when the man speaks, then you send about 20 NIB gun wielding. I'm sure you saw them, gun wielding AK-47 cocked all over the place, wearing masks and hoodies